top the wall, and it looks like we got furniture coming our way.
Take it out for them?
No, I wouldn't risk it. I'm just going to get a little more of this furniture going by. That is moving.
When you live on a peninsula that faces the Atlantic Ocean, flooding is just a fact of life. Sometimes it's catastrophic like Sandy, sometimes it's just like a nuisance on any random new moon high tide. As we saw this week, flooding across Rockaway and around Jamaica Bay is becoming more frequent and not just a nuisance, but destructive, unsafe, and corrosive. Now, for those of you who think this is a victory for climate change arguments, we can put solar panels and windmills on every roof in Rockaway, and it won't make a difference. At least in our lifetime, the water will still come. So we must act now to protect our communities. There are three things that must be done. We need to repair, upgrade, and maintain existing infrastructure. We need to build targeted protection for the most vulnerable areas. And we need to fast track the Seagate across Jamaica Bay. Let's take them one at a time. Infrastructure. Let's face it, Rockaway is dealing with a lot more water and a lot more people, and the same old insufficient storm drains and crumbling bulkheads in many areas. It was absurd to approve all this building without matching investments in our streets and our pipes and our shorefront. That needs to be corrected. That can be corrected quickly. Vulnerable areas. Places like Edgemere and Arverne, and on the other side of the bay, Hamilton Beach and Old Howard Beach, they've always had issues with flooding. The risk has gone up significantly. The Army Corps does have plans to protect these areas with shoreline protection and new pumps. Why isn't this project getting fast-tracked? And speaking of fast-track, the third item, Seagate. The Army Corps also has a huge complex plan to protect all of the New York Harbor area. As will happen with government projects of that scope, it'll take decades just to get agreement. So in the meantime, something that would really help us, the Seagate across Jamaica Bay is kind of held hostage, all these giant negotiations going on. This Seagate is something that would come down and close off the bay from the opening to the Atlantic Ocean a few times a year, only for the biggest storms, but it would provide protection all the way around Jamaica Bay. It will pay for itself. It's a great investment. So I call on Congressman Meeks and Senator Schumer, get this project pulled out as a separate project that they can emphasize. Give the people in Southeast Queens and Rockaway the protection we need this decade. Don't make us wait till 2050, where there'll be a lot more damage, and some of us might not even be around anymore. So the problems are real now. We need to act now. And in the meantime, stay safe, do the small things you could do to protect your homes, but let's make the investments that are necessary to make flooding much less of a problem. I mean, it'll always be there. We're a shorefront community, but it doesn't have to be as destructive as we've allowed it to become in the last decade or two. My name is Paul King, and I hope to represent you in Congress.